I forgot how much fun the BugVerse soundtrack is. It's I first hope that audio is mixed well. If it's not, I'm gonna start shaking and bawling. Um all music that will be heard. All music heard tonight will be songs from the BugVerse playlist. To keep us in the mood. Hi Crown, hi is that Nero? Oh my goodness, oh my god! Oh my god, Nero! Oh my god, oh my god! Does it? Thank you. Thank you. Where? This is Lovely City. This is a really good song. This is BugVerse has really good. To give a little sneak peek into what little tunes you might hear. Oh god, I already have a sip. I didn't refill my water bottle before this. Fuck yeah! The toast song is on. Okay. Thank you. I will sip. Thank you. Don't make me regret making that 200. Please don't. I don't know if any of you have points saved up from the last time that I was live, but please. But to think of a few sounds. Saving. Oh god. Oh god. I'm not supposed to have that active right now, but I've kind of just kept it. I've kind of kept it for giggles. You all have points. Oh no. But you guys will hear some songs. Let's see. No Straight Roads is on here. I had In Time, Hylix, and Hylix 2. Donut County. Oliver Buckland is on here, which is part of the ENA series. A lot of that soundtrack, so like Temptation Stairway, stuff like that. God Race is on here. Yeah, Seiyu. The Vaporwave version of Seiyu's boss fight is on this. Skullgirls, there's a singular Skullgirls song on here. I have never played Skullgirls. I have seen it like once. Let's see. Mother 4, there's a few Mother songs on here. There's a few songs from Lisa. We have a singular song from Ace Attorney. There's a song from Deadbolt. I don't know what Deadbolt is, okay? You know what? Hang on. That's how we're gonna start this. Hang on. I probably should have swapped to a different email before I started doing this so that some stuff didn't pop up, but that's not what I wanted to look up. I wanted to get Deadbolt game. Game. Hello. Give us the game. What is this game? I didn't think about, like, removing any of these or anything. I kind of just went straight into this. Deadbolt is a side-scrolling stealth action game. Oh, it's the people who made Risk of Rain! Okay! That's kind of funny to have on the BugVerse soundtrack. I think that's kind of funny. Oh, that's cool. Anyways, there's a singular song from, that soundtrack. Singular song. Risk of W. I've also never touched Risk of Rain. I've heard a lot about it. I've never touched it myself. So you guys can't see my tabs. I have my tabs blocked off. Haha. Haha, guys. Haha, you can't see my tabs. But to jump scare you a little bit. We're working on a NeoCities? I could probably also pull out the BugVerse. I don't have 17 million tabs open, actually. Surprise, surprise, I don't have 7 million tabs open. NeoCities. So NeoCities are just like little websites that you can set up. They're very fun. Just as a normal user, you get 1 gig of data that you can throw onto a website. And I have a few things set up. These are soft templates that I need to edit, change to fit with the rest of the color palette. Now that you can group them, yeah. We're gonna talk about BugVerse. I love Crystal, but I kind of want a calmer song. To start this off. No, I want a calmer song. Wait, we'll start off with the Hylix song. I think the crowd can agree on a Hylix song. I know I can, and I'm running the ship. This is my ship. So funny thing, Nero, as you say that, I just realized something. Are you guys ready? Boom. Beeb's avatar activated. I forgot I was still muted in Discord, so it wasn't activated. I have like the stream pulled over on my phone and I never noticed it. I light up now, oh my god. It's not like it's that needed, because I'm the only one here, but whatever. So because BugVerse is something that I would like to be multimedia, a video game, like, there is a thought process for it. There is a concept. I've been looking around, kinda eyeing RPG Maker, to see if I want to snag one of those, if it gets hit by one of the sales. Been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. But I also don't want to rush right into it because BugVerse is still kind of a hot mess. It is still very much a work in progress. So I guess I should just start with the Google Doc, huh? I should probably just pull out the Google Doc and kind of read aloud. Come along, kids. Come around, kids. It's story time. It's story time, dear children. It's story time. Come here. As my Google Doc loads in. Please load a little faster, thing. Yes. Yes, guys, you know what? I want to move chat over. Hang on. I want to move you guys right next to me. I did not grab chat. I did for a second. You guys are getting moved. You guys are getting moved. There you go. I pick you up and, like, throw you guys across the screen. You guys have been picked up. Up and thrown. Look at that! Look at that! You teleported! Whoa! You're on the other side now! Oh, now you're starting to cover me. Hang on. No, I gotta move you over just a little more. There you go. There, you'll go right there. That's a good spot for now. It fits the Google Doc nicely. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of read this. I'm just gonna kind of read this aloud a little bit. So I'm also gonna kind of paraphrase a bit because also this is something that I've worked on myself. This is like a solo thing. I've had friends kind of pitch in ideas. But it is mainly me just making these funny ideas. Fuck yeah! Name a Pokemon after me. And don't let them die. If you let them die, stream ends. It's a soul link, but with me. Real me. So BugVerse. Yes. To start off with the name, I guess, BugVerse, it is probably very confusing to just hear a project called BugVerse. It's just a combination of Bug Universe. Easy as that. Like, it's not that creative at all. There is no creativity put behind it. Because I was using BugVerse or BV as like a kind of like a temporary name, little placeholder, and it's kind of just stuck around. Will I ever change it? I don't know, man, but it's BugVerse for now. I also abbreviate it to BV, BV sometimes, because it's easier, haha, convenience. And as the name suggests, Bug Universe, the story follows a cast of bug people The funny thing is the entire universe is not all bug people, which is why the name BugVerse is very, like, teeter-tottery right now. It's only the first realm, because there are 12 realms in this world, or 13, but one of them, like, a community hub. Like, it's not really its own thing. The world of BugVerse, or the first arc of BugVerse, takes place on Entomon, which is a pull off of the term etymology, science of bugs, study of bugs, a realm named after the word for, but do you guys see where I'm going with this? It's the same thing with the neighboring realm to Entomon, or Etamon, which is Bontaine, which is a world of all pure nature. All the civilizations there are like ruins now. The people who live there are like druids, and like, yeah, my naming process is very creative, I know. I'm very, very smart. I am a smart little man. But the main cast is made completely out of bug people. This is me just talking about the realms. We don't care about that. What we care about is this guy. Okay. Okay, this is the only thing we care about. This is the only thing we care about right here, okay? This is Rex. This is Rex Mothwell. Mothwell. You want to guess what he is? A moth. To be exact. Because I'm not that boring. I don't just say, hey, this character's a moth or a butterfly. I say the specifics because that goes into the character. Like, Rex is a southern flannel moth, so his color scheme is the orange and browns and the lighter brownish grays of a southern flannel moth. Southern flannel moths are kind of seen higher up in the colder areas, so his character is a bit warmly wrapped. He's a very silly guy. Rex actually started as a SMP character. This is all where BugVerse started, by the way. I made Rex first, and then I was like, damn, I really want to put Rex in his own thing. I enjoyed what he started as. I wanted to put him somewhere that wasn't this SMP universe that he was restricted in. And so I went, fuck it. What if Rex never left home? And BugVerse was made. So to give like actual information, we'll reveal characters one by one. We'll do it like this, okay? We'll reveal one by one. So this is Rex Mothwell, 20 years old, uses he, they, southern flannel moth. All of the areas right here in quotations, fun fact, Rex is the protagonist. I know, it's so much fun. Rex is the protagonist. A wonderful little guy to have as the main character. So these areas in quotations are like Rex's opinions on the people. Rex is the middle of five kids. He is the pained middle child, too older, too younger. Ahaha. I definitely bet that didn't leave some form of mark on him that definitely is not still present. He is a traveling merchant. And because the story of BugVerse, the first arc, from how I'm like approaching BugVerse right now, every arc is a different realm. So arc 1 is the cast exploring Etamon and kind of just learning more about each other, getting used to each other, learning to work together, things like that. Act 2 will most likely be in Bontaine. This is where the cast will start learning more about the magic system of the realm with mana, the way that magic works in this world. is every realm has some concentration of it, right? Every realm is connected by each other to each other by like a little portal that you can go in and out of. Which that one realm that I mentioned that was like there's technically 13, but there's this one weird realm. That weird realm is like a hub, right? All of the portals like feed into that one realm. And so instead of wars or anything like happening over so that one person could steal it, there was like a kinda mutual agreement from all of the leaders in the far, far past to make this one place like an area that violence is kinda restricted, should not happen. And as long as you're on that realm, you gotta act a little peacefully. Yeah. So the realm that works as the hub kind of has some of the highest magic concentration because it's kind of flowing in and out. Edamon actually has the lowest concentration. So low in fact that the people who are like magic users from Edamon, they're people who are born with it. It's possible to learn it, but if you're in a place where there's not a lot of, magic energy, you can't really learn it. There's nothing to grasp onto. There is one person in the main cast who is born with it. There's actually two characters who are born with it, but one character is born with like a higher amount. There's a character in the cast who is kind of born with it. It's weird to explain. But Rex does not. Rex is kind of silly. The place that the story starts in Arc 1, is a place called Cecropia, which is pulled off of the Cecropia moth. Haha, I know. And Cecropia is this guild, mainly of merchants, but there's some other people in there, other workers. And Cecropia is a guild of mainly moths and beetles. There's some other bug types, or bug folks as they're called, that kind of filter in and out. But it's mainly moths and beetles who are seen in Cecropia. And Rex's entire family works and lives in Cecropia. This is like Rex's entire life. He was born and raised here. He is now 20. It's time to leave the nest, little boy. And he's on his fresh little adventure. He doesn't know what he's exploring for. He's kind of just going out. And he'll learn that. He'll learn what he's looking for over time. Next, we have Harvey Harvest Man. Age unknown, Bunny Harvest Man. So, I kind of need to edit the Google Doc a little bit. Harvey is a very interesting character. Yeah, no. That's the whole purpose of BugVerse. Like, BugVerse is just me showing my love and appreciation to funny-looking bugs. That's it. That's it. This is just a project where I make kinda silly, more humanized versions of them and just throw them into a universe. And that's why I love it so much. That's why it's a project that I'm very happy to be working on. So Harvey is supposed to be a bunny harvestman. They're kinda not. One of the neighboring realms to Edamon is, it doesn't have a name yet. I'm still thinking about it. I haven't figured it out yet. I've been thinking of just naming it Dae, like D-A-E, but the fancy connected A-E based off of, like, the old spelling of demon, because it is literally, like, the underworld as a realm. I don't know, I'm thinking about it, I don't know. But in that underworld type place, there's shadow shifters, little shifty creatures, kind of things that look like tiefling, little demon, like all types of little underworld creatures. I start like pointing at Harvey. Ugh, that little guy. That's all I'll say. Something happened and Harvey went from one realm to another, and now everyone thinks he's a bunny harvest man. I love Harvey though. His little note, or its little note is just, haha, that's my friend Harvey. It's kinda interesting, but they mean no harm. The way that the cast meets Harvey, right? The order that I'm telling you guys about them is not the order that they're introduced in the story. My bad. The Google Doc is actually in order of when I created them. So Rex was made first, then Harvey, and so on. Harvey is the 4th person to join the cast. And so how they meet is Rex and the little gang of 2 other people are visiting this little village, which is actually the hometown of one of the other members. And while they're there, they, hi Ari! While they're there, they get a little quest, basically. And the townspeople are like, hey, there's this creature in the woods. We want you to get rid of it. And ooh, I keep hitting my desk. But anyways, the cast is like, yeah, sure, we'll go get rid of that creature for you. And it's just Harvey. Harvey doesn't know how to socialize. And so Harvey was just watching the village and waiting for a good time to go over and try to befriend them. Like, they don't understand how to socialize. That's it. That's their entire character, kinda. But as Harvey travels alongside the cast, it starts to learn through the power of friendship or whatever. You know, the group kind of just shows Harvey that, like, hey, this is kind of how you socialize, but also, like, you don't have to socialize how society wants you to. You could bite our arm and we'd still love you. And that's Harvey. And as a note, Harvey is a offensive mana user. Meaning that when the BugVerse cast gets to the point where battles are a thing, because probably around 3rd arc, there's gonna be some fights that the cast goes through. Harvey will be the main damage dealer. I like to think that Harvey's magic is much like themselves. It kind of follows through shadows, you know? It, like, snakes around. It's very dangerous, very horrible. Kind of scary to the main cast when they first, like, see it happen in combat. But they're just a little creature. It's just a little... I love Harvey. Anyways, next character whose design doesn't appear next to his text. I'm so sorry. This is Victor. Victor doesn't have a last name right now. A lot of characters don't have a last name right now. This is like such a messy whip. Oh, damn. I can't believe this. I can pin that message. That would be really funny if I pinned that. Sorry, I think it'd be really funny if I pinned. I'm not going to, but that'd be really funny. Where's the band command? Ooh, that rhymed. There we go. Okay, anyway, so this is Victor. Back to the story, everyone. So this is Victor. Victor is a trapdoor spider. Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! I love trapdoor spiders. I love trapdoor spiders so much. They're so cool. Everyone's designs are currently beta designs. I want to, like, quickly say that. There's, like, ideas I have for their designs, that I haven't, like, just had the energy to scribble out lately. Can't wait to advertise my Twitch using Tilt. Yeah. Thanks 7Z. Epic. There's, like, designs that I have for them, and I just haven't taken the time to, like, fully design them. So everything here is, like, kind of just beta concepts. So anyways, this is Victor. Victor's a trapdoor spider. Scroll up on the info a little bit. 23, he, him. God, I could say so much about Victor. So Victor is the second character introduced to the cast. Victor is Rex's childhood best friend. They meet when the two are very, very young. Following the habits of a trapdoor spider, Victor is kind of digging around. That's his whole thing. He kind of works as, like, if I had to say, like, this was an RPG party, Victor's your navigation character. You go into the dungeon, he's there explaining where you need to go, giving the call-outs, things like that. He has this very big tunnel system that connects from Cecropia to 3 other neighboring towns, and that's kind of the furthest it goes. Ugh, English. And the way that Victor and Rex met was that a little baby Victor had accidentally dug into Cecropia, and little guy Rex was there, and instead of being like, uh-oh, there's an intruder, following Rex befriended Victor. And they've been best friends ever since. That's the whole story. Anyway, so Victor has a crush on Rex. They're just, the bugs are fruity. I'm sorry to tell you now, but the bugs are fruity. The bugs are very fruity. Like very, very fruity. So yeah, just to keep that in mind too. Yeah, another part of Victor's whole thing is kind of just learning, kind of not to be so mean, but more of a way of, like, I'm trying to think how to word it. Kind of like in a school zone, right? You can act with your friends one way, but when you enter a school, you kind of need to follow those rules a bit more. That's kind of something that Victor deals with throughout the entire story. Of not really understanding that difference. And he slowly starts to grasp it, but it's a thing. It's a thing, but it's okay because we still love this funny little guy. And next is Eden. Eden actually, hang on. I wonder, where is, what am I looking for? I need to copy and paste an Eden drawing somewhere into this Google Doc. Hang on, guys. There's a new Eden drawing that I did recently that was really silly. Is it not in here? Oh wait, it's probably in the BugVerse channel. Hang on. Oh, I should also grab the, hang on. We're gonna grab 2 things. First, I have another thing. Oh wow, other characters, whoa! Whoa, who are these other characters? Whoa! Okay. Sorry. Teacup, if you're watching this, I'm stealing your chart. This is the chart I use. I gotta copy and paste the feelings chart, because we're gonna dissect this in a second. This is not what I want, though. Where is it? Please? Pretty please. Where is this? How? I somehow lost a BugVerse drawing I did. Hang on. We're gonna make this like a lot longer and complicated, so I'll keep talking. So Eden, right? Eden is a scrap beetle, glorious scrap beetle. Silly little creature. Eden's silly. Eden's very, very silly. Here's my BugVerse file. The drawing was done on a clip. I didn't save it as a normal file. I'm so disappointed in myself. I didn't save it as a normal file. Okay. I swore that I sent it somewhere. I'm gonna keep searching for it, but while I talk. So Eden joins the party last. The cast meets Eden a few times, like, prior to her joining. But she doesn't join until much later. Is it in Gooped or I thought it was in my art chat. Wait, hang on, I might. Oh, there's so much art in here that's missing off of the thing. Hang on, guys, hang on. I have some stuff for you. Okay. First off, I need to show you this other Eden design. Scoop! Okay. Miss Eden, I love you. Okay. So Eden, what's her deal, right? So Eden is the other magic caster in the party. She is born with it. You can see from this one too, this is kind of one of her character things. Eden is a jewelry maker, right? There's a term for it, a jeweler, whatever. Some would call her a blacksmith even. But her whole thing is she's a very popular jewelry maker within Edomon, especially a lot of the wealthier, higher class cities, because, sorry to say, that class system is always going to be prevalent, sadly. But Eden's kind of from that upper area, and so one of her perks is that, or one of her traits is that she always enchants the jewelry she makes with her magic. And that's what makes her so popular, because people are like, oh, this necklace will truly grant you protection, and it does, and people are like, whoa, that's rad. So how did Rex score getting a girl like this into his party? By being Rex. He is completely unaware of who Eden is and what Eden does. The cast meets Eden, and Eden very much expects, the whole, oh my god, you're Miss Eden, oh my goodness. And she doesn't get that. And she's like, holy shit. These people don't know who I am. And she kind of likes that. She kind of enjoys that, a blank palette, something not already kind of covered in a bias of, oh, Eden's popular, And so, from that encounter, she kind of almost purposely runs into the cast a few more times. And it isn't until a very big festival happening in the capital of Enomon, it isn't until then that that she joins the party. But one of my favorite things about Eden is this. It is the fact that over time she starts to develop a little something for Rex, right? It happens to the best of us. Sometimes you just fall in love with a little idiot. It happens sometimes. And, yeah, who wouldn't? And so, what they do is, Eden is very obvious about this. It's very hard for Eden to hide the fact that, oh goodness, she's crushing on Rex. Rex. On the other hand, Rex is very fucking oblivious. So oblivious. Does not, you have to stand there and, hold him by the shoulders and be like, I love you, for him to understand. And so, that's their whole dynamic between these two. That's their whole, their duo dynamic of just Eden being this bumbling fool over the stupid tiny man. And Rex is like, oh, are you okay, Eden? You're really warm. Are you okay? Are you getting a fever? And Eden's just like, huh? No, I'm alright. I'm swell, Rex. Yeah, I love them so much. Don't worry about this right here. We're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna, yeah. So that's her. I love her so much. I love her so much. Who's next? Next is Rowan! Okay. So Rowan, also no last name, 22 Hide. Blue Cooper Butterfly. So, Rowan is the 5th member to join. He joins... No, he joins... Yeah. Yes, he joins before Eden. I think it's before Eden, and it's either him or Eden joins last. It's funny. I think I'm still, like, scrambling with it, but one of these two join last. And the way that Rowan works is... Originally, right, if BugVerse was a game, he would just be like an NPC. And it's because there's this little blacksmith that a little blacksmith that the party visits sometimes. Whether it's to get more supplies for Eden to make better jewelry, or just to, like, check some things out, maybe get a weapon to explore a new area. Obviously, Edomin is the, like, most safe realm. It is, like, the least dangerous. But sometimes you just need, like, a cool sword to chop down some vines as you're walking through the forest, you know? And so Rowan is the son of the blacksmith that the cast visits. And so every time the party comes and visits, they talk with Rowan, and it's always, like, it starts with, you know, like, what would you recommend, things like that, and then it slowly goes into, like, oh, did you make this? That's really fucking cool, and, oh, did you see that new area in town that opened up recently? Oh, we should all go check it out together, like, things like that. And it gets to the point that one day Rowan's dad's like, dude, I love you, but I think you might need to get out and, like, go see the world. You can't spend your entire life, like, in this little hometown, because they live up in the mountains. And so Rowan's like, yeah, you know what, I can agree with that, yeah. And so the next time that the party comes to town, there's a little bit where Rowan's like, I would really like to come travel with you guys. Like, would you be willing to take me? Like, I'll make myself useful, like, going on this whole little ramble about, like, how he won't be a burden, and the party's just like, dude, get in here. Come on, join the party. And Rowan later learns, healing magic. And it is definitely not tied to this. I don't know what to say, but I cannot confirm nor deny if it is tied into this drawing right here. Okay. Next is Theo. I love Theo. Theo's probably one of my other favorite characters. So Theo is the 3rd character to join the party. And Theo's a carrot beetle. I just think carrot beetles sound funny, and that's why I think this is very... I think carrot beetles are just funny sounding. So what's Theo's deal, right? So Theo is the character who the party visits the hometown of first, that has them meet Harvey. Theo is also the one who gets Harvey to join the party. They are there to make sure, like, nobody dies. Theo was the youngest out of the entire cast, right? I'm pretty sure 20, 22, 24, 23, no, 20. Yeah, so Theo is one of the youngest of the cast and is making sure that nobody dies. And what I mean by that is Theo is the party chef. You know, you always need one character who can make a bangin' meal. And that's Theo. Theo also comes from, as the notes say, from Cecropia. It's when Victor and Rex are telling some of the guards to Cecropia that they're leaving for a bit, that they're gonna go on a travel. They'll probably be back within a few weeks just to check up so that they know that Rex is still alive. And it's during this when Theo overhears and is like, oh, can I join real quick? Can I stay with them for a few weeks? And after they leave that town, like, I'll head my way back to Cecropia. I just want to go visit my family. And Theo ends up just having such a nice time with the group that they stick along. That's it. Theo is the oldest of all of their siblings, the oldest child of their family, and they started working at Cecropia to get an income for their family. So Theo is a very, very hard worker. I love them very much. And you know who also loves them very much? Harvey. They're dating, everyone. I told you the bugs were fruity. They're dating. Kinda not. Like, platonic dating. I don't... You all know what I mean, okay? Yeah. I love them, and they love each other very much. The way that Theo gets Harvey to join the party is... Harvey kind of just watches... When the party first tries to, encounter Harvey, it's almost like trying to get a skittish cat to come over. Harvey that kind of just watches, step back a little bit. The party steps forward and Harvey steps back. And it isn't until later into the night when they're setting up camp that Harvey starts to inch just a little closer. And Theo, realizing this, pours out a little bowl of soup for Harvey and offers it. And that was the seal, I guess. And Harvey was like, yeah, these people gave me free food. I can hang out here. And that's how it started. These people literally just travel together because they enjoy spending time with each other. It's just a party. Oh, yeah, Harvey's thing is he has funny multiple eyes. That's the entire party. Also, Theo knows a little bit of magic, but not enough to be, like, an insane damage healer or defender, like the other three are. And so Theo kind of just uses it to make their food a little yummy, a little scrumptious. Make sure that it gives the party a little more HP, things like that. The loveliest of lovelies. Taking a sip of my... I still have tea left over? I do. Hang on. Okay. Excuse me. I had a sneeze. I have a tea advent calendar currently that my father got me. And today's tea of the day is pumpkin whoopie. It's alright. I don't know if it's just the tea itself or if I'm just really ass at making tea. But also all the ones that I've been getting are black teas. But it's been a little bitter. It's been a little bitter, to be honest. I don't know, this one's okay. Like, it has a nice smell, at least. The other one's kind of eh. But whatever. So, overview of the cast done, right? The funniest of funnies. Everyone has interesting views on each other, right? I'm only gonna point out a few, but if there's a certain one that makes you want to know more, please say something because I will explain it. But for some to explain, I should probably explain what... please. Okay. I should probably explain what the enjoys are. Because it's only Victor who has that. And I will. So, Victor is very much a guy who likes to pull little pranks on his friends, right? One of the things that the two do that actually cause Eden to start disliking Victor is there's a scene where Rex is bringing the party into one of Victor's caves. To, like, fully explain it, Eden was having a little bit of a sensory overload, and so they pulled Eden into a cave to kind of calm her down a little bit because it's a little darker and chiller in there, less loud. And Victor, being a spider... I should probably say this, actually. I realize I never once mentioned this. So these people are bug people, right? Right? Some of them have antennae. some of them got little antennae. Spider people have these like little funny hook mouths. They also have like bug parts. So like Rex has moth wings, right? But his wings are usually binded down against his jacket. He has a little like like a little three mouth, the cute little cat mouths, because he's a little funny moth. RV has spider legs that can come from his back, but also he's not actually a bug folk, so yeah. Victor has long spider legs that he kind of keeps in his jacket, but most of the time he prefers to have them out, and he likes to be hanging off of walls, climbing up stuff. That's the kind of silly guy he is. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do beetle shells. I don't know if I want to make beetle shells like a harder outer clothing. I don't know if I want to do beetle shells almost like certain parts of the skin has shells, almost like skating, like safety gear, like the pads that you put on your arms and stuff. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do some of the other bugs with their physical versions. But because beetles and things do have wings, these guys do have wings. They're just a bit smaller. Yada yada yada. So one of Victor's things is he really likes to hang off of ceilings, and Rex is a very physically affectionate person, and so a lot of times what these two end up doing is Victor will hang off of a ceiling and just scoop Rex up, which is very silly, very cute. The two very much enjoy it, but it is terrifying to Eden, who has never seen that happen before. And I would like to say that in Edomon, there's a bit of a weird divide. It's long gone, right? It was history. It is long gone. It has been resolved, but some people sadly still kind of sit by it. And it's the idea that spiders are kind of scary. It's just dumb shit like that, right? The idea that because spiders are such an aggressive species, that a lot of bug folk and people outside of Edomon get nervous when spider folk are around what are considered the smaller bug folk, so beetles and stuff like that. And sadly, because of the area that Eden is in, the higher class wealth, it is a thing that Eden has to overcome as a person and realize I was just kind of shown the wrong thing and all that shit in the book is wrong. Because the higher class is kind of religious and weird. There is a bug religion, by the way. So every category of a bug, right? So your arachnids, your lepos, which I don't feel like saying the entire word, but it's your butterflies and moths are combined as one. Your beetles, things like that. Your true bugs, false bugs, mantises, flies, yada yada yada, all the separate classifications. Those are considered a different community, and every community at the beginning of when Edomon was created had one version of the whole community, and that's known as the Great Bug, whatever the community is. And so the communities all decided that they will all stay peaceful together, things like that. Each one has their own religion, but a lot of the times the religions intertwine. So for the mantis communities, mantises as a bug are viewed as very holy creatures, and so in the religion, the bug Jesus, the mantises are seen as kind of a higher being through the religion. Beetles, in some actual symbolism throughout history, were seen as creatures who would push the sun around because of dung beetles pushing little balls of poop around. And so it's believed that beetles are the very hard working people who kind of keep the world turning, and so that's why you see a lot of beetles who are people in the craft trade, so like your blacksmith, your artisans, things like that. Got nailed to a windshield. No, he'd get nailed to one of the plastic traps. Like the traps with the glue on it that they put near like berry fields that the beetles get stuck in. Yeah. Bug Jesus would be put in one of those. Not a windshield. So that's kind of a thing, right? Eden very much doesn't like Victor about that. Victor, though, is a very teasing person. He very much likes to tease people, and that's where the enjoys kind of comes in, where he kind of just likes messing around with them. Obviously, he's going to respect boundaries when boundaries are put down, but he kind of just likes to mess with them a little bit. It's different for Rowan, though. To make it as simple as possible, Rowan and Victor are the literal definition of boys will be boys. I think that's all I gotta say. They're the definition of boys will be boys. So crushes. So Rowan has a crush on Eden. But it's also kind of muddled with like admiring her. It's this very fine line of Rowan not being able to tell if he just admires her that much or if it's an actual crush on her. Which is why both are placed there, because it kind of is a mod podge of them both. Eden and Victor both have crushes on Rex. Rex gets bitches, but he doesn't even know. Let's see. Theo and Harvey are best friends, wink wink nudge nudge. Rex and Victor are best friends, how they view each other. Harvey doesn't like Victor. And there's a bigger reason behind this. And it is the fact that the cast doesn't know about Harvey not actually being a bug until the third arc. They don't learn about that until they enter the realm that Harvey is originally from, because they stumble into people Harvey knew. And so the creature that Harvey is pretending to be, a bunny harvest man, is a type of spider. And so when Harvey sees Victor, who is another spider, there is this moment of, he's going to know that something is not right with me. He's going to know something is off. And so he dislikes him. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the same way back, that Victor also dislikes Harvey for the same reason, because he kind of knows something is off. So Theo's terrified of Victor, and this follows my explanation with Eden disliking Victor. The whole idea within some communities that spiders should not be around smaller creatures or smaller bug folks. Theo is a carrot beetle. Carrot beetles are tiny. Trapdoor spiders are kind of big. You put Theo, who's a small character, next to the ginormous Victor. Everything, yeah. That is something that he also learns to get over time, though, considering that he is very good friends with Rex, and Rex slowly helps Theo understand that, hey, this guy's kind of just stupid. He's kind of just a himbo. He's not evil and mean. And yeah. The entirety of Arc 1, which is what I'm mainly talking about today, is just them learning and growing as people before they go off to explore. Side characters! So Lilith Mothwell, 38, she is Black Witch Moth, which actually has the image of the moth next here. She was originally supposed to be a main character. I then took her out of the main cast. I kind of made her a side character. If she was in the game, she would be one of your shops. She would be like a nighttime shop that you can find. She'd be a shop that you can find like in Victor's Caves if you look hard enough. She is the oldest sister of Rex. And so the Mothwells are not a very good family. Right? it's not a very good family. The father is away a lot doing merchant work. The mother is kinda going through it, I'll say. She's not in the best state mentally throughout most of Rex's childhood. And the reason why Rex is the way he is, being so oblivious and not understanding things and very friendly and things like that, is because he was very sheltered by his mother. And so because of that, when it came to the point that Rex was not a baby larva anymore, because fun fact, these bugs actually go through puberty. If the bug that they are has multiple forms, they go through it too. Moths and yada yada yada. They start as tiny little guys, and then during their puberty stage, you know those funny little fluffy necks that moths get? They basically get one of those and they grow their wings in. And then at the end of puberty, the little fluff thing kind of drops. They kind of just shed it. And it's very common in moth communities to see their fluff be made into something. So, like, Lilith's jacket, all of the fluff inside was the fluff that she had around her neck. Same thing for Rex. The big ring of fluff around his giant puffy jacket is his old fluff. I think it's a very cute detail. Personally, it's almost like baby blankets, where like people carry an item from their childhood around. But actual clothes. Almost like silkies, if you want to think. Or silkies have their fur coats. I don't know. I think it's just kind of a cool detail. But so mom's not really the best, and so when Rex hit his puberty, his time to become a big moth, Lilith realized that their mother was not going to get better and basically just took it onto her own hands to finish raising Rex. She tried her best. With how Rex already was by that time, though, that was a lot of damage to reverse and not enough time. But she's really great. Like, that's all I can say about her, really. She's just trying her best. She runs a little occult item shop. She just sells stuff on the black market. That's it. I love her. And now we're getting into territory where I have side characters who are, like, half done. Right? Who have no names, no ages, but they have concepts. So, these concepts, right? Which actually, let's head over to the thing that I should be working on right now real quick, because one of my Neo cities actually talks about the side characters. The font is different. Oh, I don't think I changed the font on these sites yet. It's okay. Whatever. We'll stick with this font. Side stories. So, I'd like to think that every arc has a big side story alongside it. So, if we look over, if it'll let me zoom in, yeah, if we look over here, look at some of the NPCs that you guys get to see. So arc 1 is between the Fall Armyworm and the Great Golden Digger. Boo. Oh, I popped that out. Whoops. Oops. Sorry. I moved things around. I'm breaking everything! Wah! Wah! Everything's breaking. Wah! So first arc NPCs are a water boatman and a toad bug. Very cute water bugs. The portal in Enomon is the portal to like go explore the other realms is kind of surrounded by a lot of water, and so this is when the cast would meet these two. So the water boatman is a blind boatman, basically. How do you run a boat but be blind? Be quiet. Kind of an old man. Not really. 52 is not old man age, but whatever. He's an old man because I said he's an old man. And so he very much just wants to be out on the water. That's his whole thing. That's the entire thing he's done for his life. It's what he wants to do until he dies. But his little helper, Toadbug, he's kind of worried about. And that's because Toadbug is constantly worried over Boatman. They suck at communication. Badly. They both suck so badly at it. Water Boatman doesn't know how to communicate the fact that he's, like, not helpless, that he can do things for himself, and he doesn't need Toadbug, like, always over his shoulder, and Toadbug doesn't know how to communicate that the way that they show that they love and appreciate Boatman is through acts of service. And, like, that's how they communicate that they're there and helping. Like, it's very difficult for the two to communicate in a way that is understandable. They try their best, though. And so the side story between these two is just them learning how to communicate. That's it, baby. There's an elegant sphinx, who is known as the oldest tailor moth in Cecropia. Haven't really touched them yet, but they're kind of silly. I like to think that they're just this big old lady. Big old person. Yeah. Tomato hornworm moth! Whoa! So this is the moth who's currently unassigned, because when moths get to the age of working, which is like 19, I'll say, in BugVerse 1918, things like that, that's when they kind of get assigned a job in Cecropia. Up until then, they kind of just work wherever. Hornworm is unassigned, desperately wants to be a farmer, though moths usually aren't selected for the farming jobs, so a lot of hornworm stuff is just them hanging out with all of the farmer bugs. It's kind of cute. Fall army moth. There are protectors. You gotta protect the goods, baby. And she's one of them. Fall armyworm moth is just this tall, buff moth. All I could say. There's also Goldensmith Beetle, who's a very high-class blacksmith beetle. I don't know if I want to make him Rowan's dad or not. I don't know, because he's a beetle. We may not. I don't know yet. There's Plasterer Bee, who lives with Victor, basically. Kind of this antisocial farmer who has his own little bunker within Victor's caves. And Victor's, like, chill with it. The Plasterer Bee just gives him random food that he grows, and Victor's like, fuck yeah, free food for housing? I'll take that! And then the Great Golden Digger Wasp is the second protector bug of Cecropia, who is also a giant epic bug, who's crushing on Fall Armyworm. So that whole arc is just these two bumbling fools. That's it. It's just these bumbling fools. Arc 2 is between the Water Boatman and Toadbug, which is them learning kind of how to communicate. Arc 3 is the Goldsmith Beetle and the Phobius. And where is Phobius? Did I skip Phobius? Phobius? Oh, we were just about to get to it. Hi, Phobius. It's the goofy helper. He kind of just runs around and does tasks. I'm about to make a horrible reference, and I need you guys to bear with me. So you know the medicine cat apprentices from Warrior Cats, where they're like there to learn, but they're mainly just going out and collecting stuff? Yeah, this is who Phobius is. He's the Warrior Cat apprentice. That's all I'll say. There's Flower-Loving Fly. I love them. Who is one of the worker oh, my mouse disconnected. Who's one of the worker bugs in Cecropia who works on the farm. Kind of worried about fitting in. That's their whole deal. I love them though. And they do fit in very well. Southern Dogface Butterfly. One of my favorite butterflies, I think. They look really funny. I highly recommend looking them up. He's a merchant in training. He's a silly little guy. There's a red-legged fire millipede who actually is a character for one of my friends. Slimy, if you're watching this, I love you. Who is a Molgoth Gravekeeper. Beebs, how is there a mall goth character if there's no malls in Cecropia? Shh. We don't talk about it. And the last character on the NPC list is the big-headed ant. Who is a character I inserted for Big Man Connor or Stardev, who I appear with sometimes. He told me to put an ant in, and so I did. I mean, yeah. Let's see. Bug religion, right? Bug religion, I was talking about that earlier. It's just that each bug type has a figure they worship, kind of like the first bug. All these first bugs form a group that keeps Edomon safe and thriving. While the first bugs aren't alive anymore, multiple bug species can continue to worship theirs. Of course, some bugs have fallen out of this worship, mostly spiders, and certain people personally choose not to believe in anything. Some places may even exclude certain first bugs from their teachings, but it's not very common. So, like, my only concept right now is beetles, which is just the god of smithing in the sun. And then kind of like the mana system, I'll skim through. You can be born with a small amount, it grows with you over time, or you can learn how to collect and use it. Easier to do that in a realm that has a high mana flow. So if you want to use magic in Edomon, you gotta be born with it. Born users have their own little touch to the spells. Basically, they're more like wild magic, right? Now, obviously, born magic users can learn over time to make it look smoother, and people who are taught magic can also make it look like wild magic. But, as it says here, there's a difference between I fucked something up I prepared and oh, how did I do that? Yeah. I do like to think, though, that the magic does manifest in special little ways. Like I mentioned earlier, Harvey's very much looks like shadows slithering against the ground. Eden, her magic kind of just makes her jewelry, that, like, iridescent, like, rainbow on it. But she can also use her magic to kind of summon shields, which is very epic and cool. And those shields do kind of just look like her beetle shell, which is like this very shiny green color. Thea's magic doesn't really manifest that much because it's baked in the cooking, and when Rowan learns healing magic, since he's not born with it, it doesn't exactly look like his own, but I like to think it has like this misty blue tint to it. Like a fog color. Yeah. Epic, though. Mana can be found anywhere. Like, it just depends on the realm, and also each realm has their magic manifested in different ways. So, Bontaine, right? Their mana is in everything, right? The water, the trees, the air, the wind, like all that. It's everywhere. But more modernized realms kind of have theirs in giant crystals. And the larger the manifestation, the larger the level. Easy enough. Going into bugfolk, which are the people, do real world bugs exist? Yes. There are normal real world bugs outside of Edomon. There's an alarm going off. That probably was like straight into the microphone because my phone was under it. I'm so sorry if that was super fucking loud. I apologize. Skibbity-bee-bee-boo. Yeah, just do with that what you will. There's real bugs outside of here. It's very common for people to be born with multiple limbs. Like Rex has multiple limbs. Rex actually has 4 arms, but because of the way that he is dressed and also the way that he is raised, which we'll get into deeper in his story, he kind of covers them up. He has his 2 normal upper shoulder arms and then 2 that are kind of, I would say, almost like just a bit below where his rib cage would be. So like that little middle side of your stomach, torso. He has 2 more arms there, and so, or another set of arms there, and those are kind of constantly doing the little T-Rex pose inside of his jacket, or stimming with something, fidgeting with something, etc., etc. When he takes his jacket off, all of his arms are visible, yada yada. His jacket is kind of big enough that it's not very noticeable that he has another set of arms unless he's like moving them around, which is kind of cute and silly, I think. And let's see, that's most of this. So there is a BugVerse TTRPG like in the works. I started it and then kind of didn't finish it. It started, didn't end. As you see, I haven't like touched it in a while. But BugVerse, whoa, a BugVerse RPG, whoa. Yeah, there's a lot that's like needs to be touched in here. Like there's a whole table of contents, right? That's there and ready. 7 pages of this, but that's kinda it. That's kinda it. Not too much, and then it's kind of just like the segment areas. So like what I want to talk about, Edamon, talk about the layout of Edamon, maybe design a map finally for this section because I don't have an actual map yet. Oh, it's a little multi-biome bug realm that's extremely peaceful. The inhabitants, talk about bug folks, wildlife, animals, anything that's not a bug, and how you would make bug characters, talk about the different communities, bug communities, equal common groupings, spider, true bug, the lepos, etc. Guilds. Edamon has a lot of guilds, adventure guilds, which are less common, mercenary, merchant, smithery, and more. Explain them. You don't have to be a part of it, but it's recommended. Includes Cecropia. The history, which basically just talks about the history, like how it's fairly peaceful, wasn't always like this. When the story starts, like when the actual story of BugVerse starts, Edamon is finally entering its peace era, historic knowledge and imagery of that time, when predator bugs once hunted prey bugs, but it's long gone. Talk a little bit about religion, and then character creation, how they would work. So your character's size, your stats, everything would be decided based off of what type of bug you are. Some of my ideas were the leppies, so moths and butterflies would be considered a small to medium creature with a high dexterity, trading that for a low strength. You get a 10A of any size, medium to large wings sprouting from your back, extra limbs, normally ours, and you have the ability to hover above the ground for 1 to 2 feet and can fly for long periods. Arachnids, which were medium to large. The holy bug bull. No, my mouse disconnected again. My mouse did not like the holy bug bull. The holy bug bull. The grind is playing, it's a good song. Arachnids are medium to large sized creatures with a high strength, but I didn't know what I wanted to trade it for. I was thinking charisma, I don't know. They have fang-like teeth with extra limbs, in the form of human arms, spider-like legs, and or extra eyes. Arachnids have the ability to use their spider-like limbs to extend their own height, climb across surfaces, and latch onto others. What the fuck is the fancy term beetles? I forgot I wrote that. Small to large sized creature, high wisdom, probably low dexterity if I'm being honest. It's a sign. And that was really it. I had the idea for classes, tools, the main cast, the main 5 would be pre-made characters. Winnie's creature is a fun side quest that I was working on, and then a guide to some of the shop NPCs. So like that was an idea. I probably will finish this up at some point when I have more free time and I finish fleshing out like Edamon as itself. BugVerse TTRPG. Yeah. Let's see. The plaster bee and the millipede. That's one of the side stories. Yeah, so this is kind of a hot mess also. The thing I'm trying to figure out currently is how to link these to each other. There's a way to do it. I know it. I'm just not the brightest right now. But I want to get that set up so that we can tap around here. I also need to mess with the font because the current font that I have Did I change the font recently? Either I Something happened and the font is not what it used to be. Okay. I had this cute little, like, pixel font for it that's not there anymore. Okay, whatever. It's somewhere in this file. It's in this pixel operator. It's in here. I just probably have to recopy and paste it. Let's see. This is the index, so this is the home page. Oh my goodness, Beeb info. Oh my goodness, like I said earlier, BugVerse is a passion project to show off bugs. I love BugVerse, but there is a warning for BugVerse. As of Arc 1's scripting, skeleton, also just kind of the things I've planned out with other arcs, some of the warnings. Near-death experiences, bashing of a fictional religion, it's a little not fun chat of self-harm and suicide and bullying. BugVerse is a lighthearted adventure. I promise. Just sometimes you gotta have a deep talk with your buddies. And that's what happens. And I plan to have like a giant master list of all the warnings for every arc when I finally sit down and decide what happens in every arc. Like, the near-death experiences probably starts late arc 2, most of arc 3. The bashing of fictional religions is kind of a lot in Edomon when they visit different classes. Like, they'll visit the lower class and you'll hear things about them being like, you know, fuck God, God isn't real, things like that. Why would we be here if that was a thing? And then you have the higher classes who are like, oh, I love our God, mama. Like, yeah. It's just things that kind of happen within Edomon because sadly within a world there will always be like the good and bad in a world no matter what. The main story, which I don't think I have a lot on here. Yeah, I'm just getting the website, like, softly planned. Arc 1 to be added, Arc 2 needs to be designed, Arc 3 needs to finish being planned. Story is currently in Edomon. That's where Arc 1 is. I gotta get arc warnings and side warnings done. I haven't started coding the stuff for the sidecasts. The main cast and the sidecast websites, which I think was the plan for today. I think, what time is it? Oh, it's 6 p.m. I just realized I have a text saying that my food is ready. You know what? I'm gonna show a little bit more BugVerse art, I think. I'm gonna show some other BugVerse art I have, and then I think we'll stop at an hour. We'll stop at an hour and a half. Let's see, what BugVerse art do I have? What do I have that's not shown? I have a lot of art from when Rex was originally made. I wonder, hang on. We're gonna do something else. I wouldn't call this risky. Now, does that appear on stream? No! Okay. It doesn't. Okay. Where's the series that Rex originated in? Hello? Where is Eden? Hello? Okay. I think Twitch will take me down if I have an image with Rex with a bong on screen. I'll get taken down if I show Rex with a bong. I don't know. We'll leave that. We'll leave that for a second, okay? First off, gender roles are fake. I'll say that gender roles are fake, okay? Rex does not believe in gender roles. I think Rex is gonna reuse this outfit in a scene later on in the series, but it's really cute. Look at him. Look at his other little arms and his little hat, and he did a little makeup. He did his own makeup, right? He's so epic. Let's see. Wow. Some Harvey art of how Harvey looks when he is not pretending to be a bunny harvest man. Kinda. Underneath the little yellow mask, right? He's got that, basically. He's very goopy. There's art somewhere of a joke of Harvey, of it just, like, turning into goop. Like, if someone's like, yeah, Harvey, like, you can get comfortable, relax. It's like, alright, thanks. And it just turns into a pile of goo on the floor. I love Harvey. I don't know what's going on with, like, Harvey's character in general, but I love it. It's so funny. It's such a funny character. I truly enjoy it so much. Who is next? It's mainly Rex and Harvey art, because they were the first two to be made. Because Harvey was also supposed to be entered into the series that I was a part of. But it ended up never happening. There's some very, very, like, rough Victor concepts that I wanna... Well, I didn't want to do that. Hang on. Okay, hang on. I know what I'm doing wrong. Sorry, I keep hitting cut. That's not what I want. Crop. That's what I want. That's what I want. Yes! There we go. Yeah. He's showing you a cool rock. This is Victor's beta. This was my original, like, idea for Victor. He's showing you a cool rock, everyone. Very epic rock, isn't it? Bet it's a fucking cool rock. I bet you enjoy his rock. And you know what? Victor's gonna keep bringing epic rocks. I might make it a character trait where he just spits, like, rock facts every few chapters. I think he's a rock kind of guy. I really think he is. Does anyone else's beta designs appear? Hang on. I don't think anyone else has a beta design that appeared in, Eden. No. Let's see. I think. You know what? Before I end it for a night, I want to end it with one good thing before I leave. And let's hope this doesn't get me sniped. Rex is a weed smoker. Rex actively consumes leaf. He really likes plants, you know, because he's a moth. He really likes plants. Praying to the Twitch gods. Thank you. You know why is it called an oven when you out at the cold of eat the food? I'm surprised I said that so smoothly. I really thought I was gonna fuck that up. Yeah. That's the overview of BugVerse, basically, though. I'm surprised I did that in less than an hour and 30 minutes. We're an hour 26 in. I thought I would have gone for much longer. But also, my throat hurts because it has been a long time since I've just sat here and talked for a while, so I do want to end it. We did not do any coding, but I did show off the site a little bit. When I get that functioning, I will have that, like, sent out, because I will be actively, like, trying to update it with new stuff. Because that's where BugVerse is gonna be recorded. That's, like, the public. That's where the public gets to see BugVerse, and I'm very excited to show it off. I really am. Um, so we are gonna start wrapping up. I know, so sad. So, what is my plan, right? Because this was very impulsive, and I do kind of want to get back into just sitting and talking with you all. Winter break. My winter break is coming up very, very soon. The 21st of this month, so literally 2 weeks from today, my winter break starts. I have some plans, alright? I have a Pokemon randomizer set up. I can't remember what version we randomized. I'm pretty sure it's Soul Silver? I think it's Soul Silver. Let me check my file. I think hang on. I forgot how much fun the song is. No, it's Pokemon Diamond. Is it? Hang on. It's Diamond. Okay. I have a Pokemon Diamond randomizer, that I did not randomize. My partner Cup, they randomized it for me, and I told them, I basically handed them the software, handed them the file, and I went, randomize this however you want, go as sane as you want, do not tell me anything, and I'm gonna play it one day live. So, that's on the board. I'm pretty sure I did this last year, and I'm gonna do it again this year. Sometime around New Year's, right? Sometime on New Year's night, I will also be going out, or screaming to the void here, doing another tier list. I have kept a list of every single game that I have picked up this year in 2022, and we're gonna put that on a tier list, and I'm gonna rank them. I also tweeted this out the other night, and I'm thinking about it for giggles because I do want to make my New Year's thing a little fun since I probably will be spending it at home. Thinking about doing a tier list of all of the characters I've called baby girl this year. I'm thinking about it. Of just a tier list of all of the characters that I've called them some interesting things, but that's the idea. A Pokemon randomizer, and around New Year's doing some form of tier list of all the games I've played. To give a soft sneak peek of what type of games will be mentioned and will be on the chopping block. And I will be ranking them classic of S tier to F tier. Horrible thing, I have not finished every single game on this list. There is one game on here that I picked up on April 13th, and 6 days later, there is a marking underneath it, April 19th, of a different game I picked up, because I just did not finish it. So there's a lot of games that I didn't finish this year. But some of the ones that I did finish that appear on the list, I kinda 100%ed Hollow Knight. I'm not doing the insane, painful achievements, but I got most of the collectibles. Pokemon Legends Arceus is gonna be on there. Gmod appears on there, because I have played some good Gmod games this year. Slime Rancher 2 appears on there. The original Catherine game appears on there. I am not Steel Souling. No. Okay, listen. Whenever I'm in a position that I can actually broadcast Hollow Knight, I will. I don't think I will ever Steel Soul it. If I'm paid enough, maybe. I don't want to put it behind a barrier. But also, I'm very bad at the hardcore versions of games. So, Steel Soul would have to be locked. Oh yeah, also, Moshi Monsters Remastered is on this list. And with that, and with the reminder that there is a remaster of Moshi Monsters that you can play, I'll be heading off for the night. I hope you all have a very lovely evening, day, or morning. If it's morning for you, though, you should probably be going to bed because you're in a time zone where it's way ungodly early for you. Take your water, take your meds, yada yada yada, and I'll see you all another day.